Welcome to Badass Lady Folk. I'm your host, Christine Stoddard, and this episode I am so excited to have Seann Cantatore. Yay! Cantatore! Fuck, I fucked it up already. Okay, great, good. We're gonna keep going. So,
You did perfect.
who are you? Why are you on my show?
Well, I'm Seann Cantatore. I'm a musician and comedian. I'm on your show because, well, first of all, you invited me to be here.
Yeah, thanks for accepting.
Absolutely. Honored to be here. I guess I'm on this show because you think I'm badass and I'm a lady and I'm a folk.
Just talk about your pubes video, Seann.
Okay. Well, it's a good icebreaker, so here it goes. Christine mentioned pubes video. I'm talking to you as in third person. The pubes video is a recent release of mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a music video / sketch. It's basically a short film.
It's pretty elaborate.
It's very elaborate. It's called "I Shaved My Pubes for Nothing." It's a song I wrote a long time ago, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
But it's evolved since then, obviously. And my brother and I, it sounds, every time I tell someone my brother directed
Your pubes
the video that talks in depth about pubes, it sounds strange, but you know what? We've collaborated so much over the years, and like he first heard this song at my first one-woman show I ever did. And he was like, we need to, like, this is too good. We have to make a freaking video. I was like,
What a
absolutely.
good man.
He's so talented. He did 2 other music videos with me for when I used to play more sad girl music, for lack of a better. I still write sad songs, but my focus is more on comedy now. But he and I have collaborated in that way before, but it was really cool to see how much we both have improved, like, during this whole process, because the last music video we did was like 5 years before we shot this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just such a cool process. It was an insane. It was 3-day shoot. The crew consisted of Alex, my brother, our DP, Jovan, and our friend Skylar, who flew in from California.
Wow.
And he kind of just helped with any random things we needed.
Oh, Angel.
Truly. And the cast was amazing. We had, and it was mostly female cast, which was awesome.
Nice.
My mom made the costumes. If
What?
you can imagine. She's an art teacher.
Okay, that makes so much more sense.
But we had a costume designer, Audrey, who, like, kind of, my brother told her the different I don't want to give too much away because I want people to watch it.
The video, people.
But
watch it.
The costumes are hilarious and very elaborate. And so it was like a really cool, like, coast-to-coast thing, like, collaboration, because Audrey designed the costumes. Like my brother said this was his vision for it, and then she, like, made some stuff in Photoshop. This is how it works. Photoshop.
For people who are listening to audio only, Seann was moving her hands a lot.
Yeah.
Like a
yeah,
lot.
I forgot. Yeah, that's
Scroll,
how Photoshop
scroll.
works. You kind of just, like,
Click.
circle and click, and then it's there. And then my mom brought it to fruition. And it was just an awesome experience and so much talent. Nicole, who you know, Nicole Pasquaretta,
Yes.
played was my co-star, and again, I can't give away her role until you watch the video.
Watch the video.
But let's just say it's pretty sickening, but cute at the same time.
So where can listeners / viewers watch the video?
Yes, thank you so much. On YouTube would be preferable.
Okay.
YouTube, Seann Cantatore. It's on my page. First thing that comes up, I shaved my pubes for nothing. And it's on Instagram and all that, TikTok. But
YouTube.
YouTube,
Do the
especially on the
YouTube.
TV, you know, if you have
Nice
the
and
YouTube
big.
app on the TV. Because then it's really, there's so many details. There's so many. and it's so fast.
Yeah.
Fast moving.
Yeah.
So,
I do have to ask, and I'm sure you've been asked, what was the inspiration for this song?
Oh my gosh, great question. It was originally, the thought came to me based on a true experience, not with any. His name is Hot Jeff in the video, but name has been changed for privacy. All the Jeffs that I actually know, they're great. The character of Hot Jeff is based on a real person, and not just one person. It's, I've dealt with, it's kind of just the idea of someone who cancels on you last minute, frequently, and then also someone who you feel you need to change yourself for their approval. So I didn't realize how deep the song was. Because it's literally called "I Shave My Pubes for Nothing." So my brother and my friend Nina. I don't know if you know Nina Sharma.
No.
She's amazing. She's a writer. She does improv. She's great in the improv world. That's how I know her, from Magnet. And
the Magnet Theater.
The Magnet Theater, yes. And she kind of was the first person to so eloquently summarize what she thought of this song, because she heard it from its the beginning stages of it, and she just helped me realize this is not just a silly song about shaving your pubes after someone cancels. It's very empowering and uplifting. I hope that people can relate to it. I mean, especially women, and I think everyone though can. Everyone's had that. Unless you're a Hot Jeff, then maybe you haven't. Then you haven't been on my side of it. But I definitely felt during this video process, since it was such an ambitious project, we put so much time into the rewriting it or adding different parts and then recording the music and and then doing the actual video shoot, and of course editing. My brother did an amazing job with all the edits. So all of that, I can look back on it and be oh my God, it is so much more than what it started as. And it's such a cool thing.
So a more serious question then. As a woman, what are your thoughts on body hair?
Yeah, I go back and forth with how I feel, because sometimes I feel better when I'm I shave my legs, my pits, the pubes. I feel it's nice to be smooth. I like it, but then I also think it's okay to just have your hair as it's there for a reason. There's a line in the music video. You had a big old bush with some hair on your tush, but it kept you warm and safe from infection. And that's why that's part of the reason. There's more research for me to do on the biology of it all, whatever it's called. But the main thought is, I don't think that anyone should have to shave or wax or whatever for the approval of someone else. If it's for you, and also there's nothing wrong with if you want whoever you're with, you would feel better if you were shaving when you're whatever with them. There's nothing wrong with that either. But I think the root of my belief is not for the approval, not because you think someone's going to be judging you. Yeah. And I'm working on that too. I'm I have nothing to explain. If there's a big bush, I don't have anything to explain. There's some hair on my pits. Okay, I don't know. Yeah. What are you? Oh, I know you're interviewing me.
Yeah, this is your show.
Okay.
I'll just quickly say that I used to wax pretty much everything if it was below the chin.
Oh, well, as we get older.
Yeah, and now I don't.
Yeah. Well, it sounds painful. I've never waxed. Is it the
it's
most...
horrible. It's
okay.
Don't do it.
I have such sensitive skin, so
no.
I have this fear that it'll rip the whole thing
No.
right off.
Now I'll shave my legs in the summertime, and the rest of the year we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you need the warmth.
Yeah.
Also. The warmth is nice in the winter, you know.
But I did want to segue to being a woman in the entertainment industry and how you negotiate your feelings about your appearance and what your appearance means to you today. And I love that you take ownership as a woman and create your own work too, right? You're not just... Not that there's anything wrong with it, but you are doing more than going off of somebody's script or somebody's lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
So appearance stuff.
Yeah. Like physical appearance?
Yeah. Or fashion or makeup, just anything related to how you present yourself.
Yeah. Well, I personally love getting dolled up. And I'm becoming even more into that because my friend Spencer, shout out to Spencer, another great person to have on the pod. I'll talk to you after. She loves doing hair and makeup and like branding stuff overall, a wardrobe too. So she's been helping me in the past month or so, like enormously with like styling me for different gigs. So that's been like a really, I don't know, I guess it's like empowering sort of to like, because it makes me feel confident. Like when my hair is done, like she literally puts the whole thing in curlers, like God bless her. The makeup is like, like for certain gigs, like it's different vibes. I have different types of gigs, just like jazz gigs, and then I'll have the comedy gigs. So, she like had this vision for like 40s style, 1940s style hair, and with the short hair now, the red lipstick. So it's, I think in the past I've been less, like, not super concerned with how I look, other than I'll definitely put like some eye makeup on and lipstick, but to be honest, I'm frequently rushing, which is something else I'm working on. As you know, I was late today, and I'll admit it. I'll say it here. But it's something I'm working on. Kind of fits into this whole like self-care vibe. I'm trying to. I'm trying to go for trying to lean into the like taking care of myself. And that goes for like, especially for gigs leading up to it. Like, I don't want to be stressed out, and I want to give myself the time to get ready and be calm about it so I can perform my best, which also goes with appearance. Like, I could look good, like nice makeup on and everything, but if I'm like all stressed, then that energy will come out in the show. You know what I mean? And I try to like hide it, but it definitely comes out. So I don't know. I like trying different styles too, like clothing wise. I love a high-waisted jean, of course. I just got a bunch of new pants from H&M.
Wow. They're not sponsoring the show, but they could.
They aren't, but they should. They should. The pants are a game changer because I didn't have really any, and maybe I had one pair of jeans I always wore, and just not a great look for me to be wearing the same pants. Whatever, you can wear their pants.
I do. Let's go to gigs. You have so many of them,
so
and
true.
you do so many things that are giggy. So could you talk about your many talents? Just brag.
Sure, happily. I do jazz gigs. I have a jazz gig every month at this place, The Lost and Found. You might have been there. It's around the corner from Magnet Theater on 8th Avenue. Anyway, it's like a cocktail bar, but they have jazz nights.
No, I haven't. I don't think
it's
I don't
fun.
think so.
I'll text you if you're around the next time we play. I sing, and my friend Nick plays guitar, so it's a little duo action. And then I have a monthly gig at this restaurant up in Westchester, where I'm from, Villaggio's in White Plains, and that
White Plains. Okay.
yeah, White Plains, New York. And that is so it's a restaurant vibe. I play keyboard and sing. It's just like a solo gig, and it's my longest running gig. It's like 7 years or maybe 7 years this past month. Just had the gig last night, actually. I forgot it was my 7-year anniversary of it. Wow.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool. And then I have comedy gigs. I do musical comedy. Some people think of it as like musical stand-up. I guess I just call it musical comedy because I don't think of myself as a stand-up, but I see how people could. It's more banter in between and like random shit that comes up in my head, crowd work and all that, of course. That I do all over. Stonewall Inn has been a big one lately.
Great.
Do you know that? Or have you been there?
Yes. Yeah.
Love that place. Jimmy Schatz. I'm just name dropping all my friends, really, but Jimmy Schatz, an amazing comedian, hosts a show there every month. So I've been on his show a few times, and it's just such a good energy there. I love that space, and he gets a great crowd. So it's an amazing opportunity to be able to play it. It's also such like historically amazing venue. And what was it? Oh, the Pit, Magnet, all those. I do comedy cabarets type thing, one woman shows. It's really all over the map. It's a bit overwhelming sometimes.
How did you get into music?
Oh yeah, I got into music first. Music came before the comedy, from a young age. I took piano lessons starting in 3rd grade.
Aww.
And my parents were very supportive.
Aww.
Yeah, they're like talk about name dropping. They're my number one fans. Like, I don't know if I would be doing this as a career if it weren't for them. And one, their support, and like just the fact that they were at every, like, growing up and now are like at almost every show, which is absolutely adorable. And it keeps them young. Listen, it keeps them young. Going out on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So yeah, it started with piano when I was a kid, and then I played flute in bands through high school. And then I played a little in college. Started songwriting in like early high school. There was a songwriters club. Who actually the guy, my friend Ivan, who plays Hot Jeff in the music video, his dad was the songwriters club person. Fun fact.
Wow.
He was a teacher at the school and ran the club. So that's kind of where I started figuring out how to write songs and started a little duo for we had showcases and that kind of just forced me to it was something to that motivated me to be ready. Okay, I gotta get 1 or 2 songs for this show. And then in college, I really started taking it more seriously. Went to music school at Temple U in Philly. Started a band with friends from the music school. That's where my band Flounder Warehouse, I don't know if I ever told you about this, Flounder Warehouse was born.
What a good name.
Thank you. Thank you. I think, and it wasn't a comedy band, but it sounds like it should be.
Yeah.
So I might bring that back, but I want to go under my own name, but there may be some way to include it on, I don't know, merch, whatever. So that's when I started really writing and being like, this is what I want to do, be songwriter. I want to be a songwriter. Wanted to go on tour. That was it. Never thought really about comedy. Always loved theater, did musical theater growing up, but kind of lost that comedic / theatrical side of me in college when I just finding myself and there's only so much you can be involved in when you're taking classes and have a band and all that. So once I graduated, moved back home, started doing improv. A friend of mine I was working with at the time told me about Magnet, and I was like, okay, I'll take a free class. Like, improv is it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I think I play like freeze at theater camp, so I was like, that was fun, and then I loved it, and that kind of led me to introduce me to all these awesome people. That's how I met you
Through Aaron Gold,
through Aaron and
who has
Nicole.
been, and Nicole.
Right.
So Aaron's been on the show. He had an episode about being a feminist boyfriend, and that was fun.
God. I gotta listen. I saw that he's on. That's so cute.
The only man on the show.
Hey.
I might allow another one day.
Yeah. If you need Rex, I'll of course. I have
Okay.
a running list. Anyway.
What are the special challenges that you have faced as a woman, or that you think are because you're a woman, not just Seann?
Oh yeah.
Making music, I should say, or making comedy,
Yeah.
or both of these things that you blend.
Yeah. Definitely I can think back to having a band. That was a really difficult thing for me to lead a band because, well, one, I was the only woman, and
Ooh.
that was my own Like, it wasn't a conscious thing. It's just like music school was the people I knew who played instruments were mostly men. But I've always wanted to have like an all-girl band, all-female. But whatever, the way it happened, my friends who were interested and who we talked to, like, it just happened to be all dudes.
Yeah.
And that, I don't think I was super aware of that dynamic. A little bit I was aware of it back then, but I think looking back, I'm like, if it were now and I was in this situation, I would, I think, handle it differently and have more confidence and trust myself more. Because there were definitely times where I felt like some of the bandmates were super condescending, like, and it was kind of a consistent thing with some of them that I never brought up, and I didn't back then. Again, it was before I even really knew, like, I had anxiety, like, before I knew any mental health techniques, tactics for how to communicate. Like, I just wasn't in touch with that part of life.
Yeah.
And I think I did the best I could with that. I am actively working on standing up for myself when I'm in those situations and not avoiding confrontation, because it affects my own peace.
Right.
And I think for most of my life, I've tried to keep others comfortable and not make them feel weird, even when it's them making me feel like diminished and dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, that was a big challenge in college, like being in your early 20s and having, just sometimes the bad energy. And I already wasn't always sure of myself because it's a new thing. Like, you're starting a band. It's a lot of responsibility, putting together, like, the rehearsals and I'm writing all the songs, like, and that was just that was a bit, it was difficult. It was difficult to deal with the condescendingness and the just, we're all figuring out, you know, each other too. And I don't know if I've dealt with that vibe as much now, like, in comedy. Definitely sometimes. But I think because I'm a more confident person now, more secure with myself, and am learning in therapy how to communicate how I'm feeling. Yeah. And try to remain calm about it. It doesn't affect me as much, I guess. Or I'm able to, like, move on quicker. You know what I mean?
What advice do you have for women who want to start making music?
I would say just first, if you have the the thought and feeling like you want to do it, you have to just start doing it. Start writing. If you feel like you don't have like the tools, let's say you don't play an instrument, or let's say you don't sing, but you do play an instrument, you need to sing. There's so many people out there, like in the world, your friends or otherwise. Like if you don't know any musicians, which you probably everyone does. Anyway, point is, if you don't have the tools, you just seek them out. Seek them out. If you already do have the tools, like you can play an instrument or you can write words, of course. You can write words. Start fucking writing, and then it'll figure itself out. Mm-hmm. Because the more you think about doing it, the more you're not actually doing it. You're just thinking about, I want to do this, but how? It's going to be hard. Of course, it's fucking hard, and it's weird. There's uncomfortable situations you'll be put in, such as condescending bandmates. But and it's okay if certain collaborations don't work out. I stopped doing the band. I wanted to do my solo stuff. I'm much happier right now doing my solo stuff. But in summation, just start somewhere. Start writing. Start clunking on a piano, a ukulele, whatever it is.
And
it's okay if it's bad, and it's going to be bad. And on my songs, I listen back from high school, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. But it got me to where I am now.
Yeah.
My songs are perfect now. I'm just kidding. But have that confidence,
Yeah. So we are just about to wrap up. But before we do that, I want to know what you're excited about now. Just in life, and it can be anything.
Okay. I'm really excited now that this music video is out. I'm excited and motivated to keep making stuff like this. Maybe not a short film every time, it's like a lot of stuff. It took a while, but I'm just excited that we release that, and that I can I feel this fire under me, pushing me to keep writing and keep putting myself out there. I'm also really excited to, I have a team now of friends and also my dad, who they're helping me with my career. I mean, my dad.
I just love
it's so
how
cute.
You talk about your parents. It's wonderful.
Oh my God, I love them more than anything. I'm telling you, they are my true supporters, and it's so. I never take it for granted. I don't always think about it, and then people often tell me, "You're so lucky," and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's so true." Yeah. So they are helping me so much. My mom helps me too with, obviously making the costumes, but the artistic side of stuff and just organization, because I need that help. So yeah, I'm happy that I'm not as afraid to ask for help, and I'm more willing to accept the help, and I'm excited to continue doing that and to see how I can maybe help other people.
Perfect. That is all the time we have, Seann. Thank you so much, folks. You've been watching or listening to Badass Lady Folk. I'm your host, Christine Stoddard. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.